and distinguished participants from all other institutions. A warm welcome to today's session. Respected resource person, esteemed members of the AME Institute of Management, Kolkata.
Nikita, you are on mute, beta. Nikita.
Oh, good afternoon. Am I audible?
Now you are audible.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. We truly appreciate your time. Now let's all start. Let's dive right into today's session. Respected resource person, esteemed faculty members of the Army Institute of Education and Galgotia University, and the distinguished participants from all other universities here. A warm welcome to all of you. I, Nikitasha Boro, a student of B.Ed program at Galgotias University, am honored to welcome you all to the Day 6 of the Faculty Development Program, a collaborative initiative by the Army Institute of Education and Galgotias University. As we embark on today's enriching session, let us take a moment to reflect on the insightful presentation delivered yesterday by Dr. Abhilasha Gautam ma'am on the topic of role of IQAC in quality assurance and Dr. Sangeeta Solanki ma'am on the topic of effective documentation for NAAC. Building on that momentum of our discussions, today's session will delve into the topic of NIRF ranking and performance metrics by Dr. Abhishek Kumar Sir, Principal of Army Institute of Management, Kolkata. National Institutional Ranking Framework, NIRF, is a significant initiative by the Government of India to assess and rank higher education institutions across the country. It serves as a benchmark for academic excellence, considering key performance metrics such as teaching, learning, research, graduation outcomes, and outreach. Understanding these metrics is crucial for institutions aiming to enhance their quality and reputation. Today, we will delve into this critical topic to explore strategies and insights for achieving excellence through NIRF rankings. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all participants for their valuable presence and active engagement. Now, I would like to welcome an esteemed member of Galgotias University, Dr. Aishwarya Srivastava, Associate Professor of Galgotias University. On to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pasha. Um, a very warm afternoon to all of you. I feel immense pleasure in opening the session on the day 6 of the 7th day FDP. It's also a privilege to welcome today's guest and speaker, Dr. Abhishek Kumar, who has graced this session with his presence and is here to share his knowledge and experiences with all of us present here today. Professor Abhishek Kumar, who has been in multiple roles across various cities. He is currently the Principal Professor, Officiating Director, and author at the Army Institute of Management, Kolkata. He has a PhD from the Pondicherry University, along with an MBA from BIM Trichy. Dr. Abhishek is a business leader turned academician with a depth of experience and knowledge in both academia and industry. His industry experience, consulting, research, and teaching straddles the fields of human resource, leadership, and brand in management to critical and design thinking and philosophy. He has a rich experience of a decade in the industry. He played business leadership roles in media, banking, and telecom. He has also had a brief stint as a cadet at the National Defense Academy, Pune. As a business head in Yes Bank, he had CSR initiatives for the bank besides managing branch profitability. Under his leadership, the children's newspaper, The Telegraph in Schools, TTIS, won the world's best children's newspaper award for the World Association of Newspaper, WAN Paris. As a part of his HR stint, he has worked on HR operations, recruitment, L&D at Mumbai, Delhi, Ahmedabad, and Gurgaon in Bharti Airtel, and ABP in Kolkata. He has also published a large number of research articles in management that range from foundational theoretical work in creating a scale to measure brand personality to an alternative model of the product that conceptualizes the product as an adaptive entity. He has published several case studies on leadership, product management, and leadership with leading case repositories such as Harvard Publishing, Case Center, and Vikalp, Journal of IIMA. Till now, he has published 3 books, 4 case studies, and more than 25 research articles in national and international journals. His most recent book is titled, and I love the name, of Newtons and Apples, Insights into 50 Great Minds in Human History, which is a bestseller and now being translated into Bengali and Hindi. He spends most of his personal and professional time wondering about the sublime content in human endeavors and tries to find ways to theorize them for further study. He also is an acclaimed speaker at various public events and conducts programs regularly for corporations. Some of his most popular programs are critical and design thinking, leadership, brand management, product design, balanced scorecard, and several others. A very warm welcome, Dr. Abhishek, sir. Um, I'm really privileged to welcome you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor. I presume you are Professor Neha Kumari or
No,
you are Professor Aishwarya?
I am Professor Aishwarya. I joined from Neha's laptop.
Neha's.
Neha ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that generous and long introduction. I don't think at least I deserve that.
No, no, you
But
truly do.
but today, we are discussing something which is, um, I don't know what to say, whether should we say important or should we say critical, or we can even say just the factors that we must keep in mind while we go about doing our job. Uh, uh, because, if we keep an eye on ranking all the time, then we may miss the moment of teaching, moment of learning. And when Dr. Abhilasha called me and asked me to speak on NIRF, so, I mean, of course, she has invited, so I cannot say no. But, uh, these elements as part of academic endeavor, we must take with a pinch of salt, because I mean, why have we got into teaching? I am sure we have not got into teaching to get into another rat race of being number one, or inching towards number one, and so on and so forth. So with that caveat, I would like to maybe begin whatever little I have to say. So all of us know about NIRF. I mean, I don't think there will be anybody who would have not heard of this acronym called NIRF, National Institutional Ranking Framework, as it is called. And it was launched in 2015. Most of us would know that. And 15 means almost 10 years now. And it has become what do I say? Almost a determinant, almost a very important factor for parents and teachers to decide. Parents and sorry, not teachers, parents and students to decide which institution to go to. At least those who are very conscious of the quality of the institution. I mean, of course, everyone is conscious, but particularly those who aspire to be in top 10, top 20, top 50, and top 100, and so on. So NIRF has become a go-to framework or a ranking uh, for everyone. For everyone means everyone in the academic or education ecosystem. Uh, I mean, many of you might also remember the days when there was no NIRF. And at that time, we used to have media driven ranking systems. So we had, I mean, I am more familiar with management field, but there was also ranking systems which were for best colleges in the country, best universities in the country, best B schools, of course, best B schools in the country. And those ranking frameworks were run by media houses. And it could be Times of India, it could be Business Today, Business India, Times of India, and various other bodies. Now, most of them, because see, they are not research institutions. These media institutions are not research institutions. So what they would do is they will partner a market research agency, and market research agency would propose a methodology, a research methodology through which they will identify business schools and various academic institutions, and they would approve that research methodology, and then the market research institutions will reach out to various colleges, concerned colleges in that category, ask them to fill the questionnaire with the details, and then they will, as per the methodology, they would rank various institutions. Now, as I mean, all of us know that education is a big business. It is becoming an even bigger business by the day. So business starts playing role very quickly, and then these rankings became something to be bought and sold. And of course, nobody would admit to this, because um, I mean, it undermines the credibility, but it was done, and it was done in the sense, sometimes it was done directly, sometimes it was done in the sense that along with your application for ranking, you must also take an advertisement, a full page advertisement, or a dedicated feature of your college in the publishing institution, a publishing media house. So I think this was the scenario uh, before NIRF, uh, and it was quite. I mean, I must tell you, because I was at that time a student, and student both before joining a B school and while studying in a B school, and it created enormous heartburn, enormous maybe jubilation if your college is ranked well, and heartburn or disappointment if your college is not ranked well. So uh, and with every, because every week during the admission session, every week a new ranking will be released by different media houses, and every week we will be anxious as to, because on the basis of ranking, everything else will depend. The placements will depend, because companies will ask, when we go to companies and say, why don't you recruit our students, the companies will ask, what is your ranking? And therefore we'll have to select the best rankings, and then show only those rankings to the companies, so that they offer better CTC, better salaries to students, and so on. So it was a scenario, a situation where most of us were worried that because every institution is not IIT and IIM. Even today, there are so many. There are so many IITs and IIMs, but it's not that all of them are number one. Everyone cannot be number one. So there will be situation where you are 5, 10, 20, 100, 200, and so on. So it goes it creates a lot of anxiety among students and faculty and administration of academic institutions. So this was the situation before NIRF came into being. And today, with the benefit of hindsight, of course, when NIRF came, everybody was quite skeptical that it is a government initiative, and will it really be fair? Will it be robust? And so on. So all these concerns were there, and initially many institutions did not participate in NIRF, especially the good ones. But today, as you know, the situation is different, and today we are having a session on NIRF in a faculty development program that signals the importance of this ranking framework. So we will go through this NIRF process, etc. But let me stop here, and let me ask you, what are your expectations? What do you wish to know from from this session? What are some thoughts or some questions that you have in mind on an IRF, which I can try to answer during the course of this session? So if you can speak, please unmute yourself and speak. some thoughts on what really, what would you like to know about NIRF from this session? You can write it in the chat box, or you can speak. Yeah, would you like to say something? Yes, Neha, please. Yeah, go
Parameter
ahead.
used by yes, I'm audible. Yes, so what are the key parameter used by NIF to evaluate institutions?
All right. Okay, so key parameters. Something else? What else would you like me to touch upon? All right, so let me begin with this. What are the key parameters? And then we can dive in deeper and understand them. Um, if you allow me, yes, I got that, Neha. If you allow me to present my screen, uh, how to prepare for an IRF, okay?
Yes,
All
sir, you
right,
can share your screen.
okay, 1 second. Yes. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So I am not going to, at least in the beginning, not going to share any PPT or anything. Let us first look at the NIRF website itself. All right. And, all of you, all of us as academicians must be familiar with this website. Um, Not because it will help us teach better, it might, but it will help us, or it will tell us what really we should keep at the back of our mind when we are going about doing our job. All right, so this is the website. Once again, there is a question: purpose and financial benefit from government. Okay, all right, there is no financial benefit, but anyway, I will address this issue. So you can see this website. 1 second. I will just. Sorry. Yes. I'll just. Yeah. So this is the website. You can see this is the home page, and on the home page you have this banner which keeps changing, and here they are talking about, like, there is a question: what are the parameters on which NIRF evaluates institutions? So these are the 5 parameters. You will see them. So graduation outcome, this is one. Second, this is not the sequence. Okay. It begins from here. So the first parameter is teaching, learning, and resources. Second is research and professional practice. Third is graduation outcome. And fourth is outreach and inclusivity, and fifth is perception. So NIRF measures data across these 5 parameters, and how these parameters are defined is something that I am going to tell you, and maybe I'll also share some insights as to how we go about preparing for NIRF. What really, so NIRF 2025 ranking is currently going on. Ranking is going on means the data submission is going on. All right. So you can see India rankings 2025. Last date is Recently, it was given as 20th January. Now it is extended to 31st January. So this is the last date, and that's for 2025. And you can see here all the 5 parameters are mentioned here. Uh, it was started in September 2015 by the Government of India, Ministry of Education, and these are the 5 parameters: teaching, learning and resources, research and professional practice, graduation outcome, outreach and inclusivity, and perception. Now, these are fairly simple parameters, but it will be worthwhile to know in detail. So let us go to the parameters section and see what it means. So teaching, learning and resources. Now you can see how it is measured and what are the uh, uh, data points that they would ask from us if we wish to apply to NIRF for rankings. So you can see under teaching, learning and resources, first thing is student strength. All right, so they will ask student strength, including doctoral students. Now, I must share with you something here. When we say student strength, all right, when we say student strength means last 3 years, how many students, what is your allowed intake or approved intake? All right, so if you can take 60 students, 30 students, 120 students, whatever number of students, so you have to mention that what is your approved intake, and then you have to write how many you actually took, how many students actually took admission in your college. So approved intake and uh, how many actually took admission. And second point here you have seen is they also want you to write about your PhD students. So if you have PhD students, once again, what is this? Just a second. Yeah. So student strength, including doctoral students. All right. So this is very important that if you have doctoral students, you must mention. All right, because there is a special weightage to number of students who are pursuing PhD in your institution. So student strength, including doctoral students, and when we say student strength, it means it means approved intake, actual admission, and then how many are actually passing out. Also, we will see all that. Yeah, so sorry. Yes. So, as I said, that even though respective governing bodies indicate that faculty student ratio should be 1 is to 20 or 25 or 30, but as per NIRF, you get the highest score if your faculty student ratio is 1 is to 15. All right. And they emphasize permanent faculty. All right. So, now how do you define permanent faculty? Yeah, how do we define permanent faculty? Because in different organizations, somewhere people are on contract, somewhere people are on permanent, somewhere people are. So in various methods, various institutions employ to uh, to recruit faculty and keep them on roles. So what NIRF says is quite simple, that the faculty must have taught subjects in the last continuously in the last 2 semesters. All right. So this is one criteria by which they understand whether the faculty is permanent or not. And second is that they should not be working somewhere else also. So they should have a continuous engagement with one institute, your institution, and they should be engaged with only your institution and nobody else. So these are the two ways in which they understand whether the faculty is permanent or not. When you are filling the form, you will see that their options are uh, regular, contractual, and ad hoc. These are the three options that will come while you are filling up the form, and you can fill for every faculty accordingly, depending on the nature of engagement. So this is on faculty student ratio and permanent faculty. And then combined metric for faculty with PhD or faculty qualification and experience. So FQE is faculty qualification and experience. So they would place more value on faculty members with PhD, and they also see whether what is the years of experience that the faculty has. And generally they make 3 categories. One is below 8 years, one is below 8 and 15 years, and then one is above 15 years. So these are the 3 categories of faculty members that an institution should ideally have. And the best ratio is 1 is to 1 is to 8. If you have 3 faculty members, one with less than 8 years, one with between 8 and 15 years, and one with above 15 years. So roughly, this is the ratio that is the desirable ratio as per NIRF. Okay, and of course PhD. And finally, under this, financial resources and their utilization. So here they would ask you to fill in details like what is your capital expenditure, what is your operational expenditure, on what point, on what items you have spent money, and you have to give all the details. Say, for example, if you have bought chairs, or if you have bought books, or if you bought databases, so things like that you will have to mention, and you will have to submit proof that you have actually spent money on these parameters. So this is how they assess teaching, learning, and resources. Let me stop here and ask you, do you have uh, any questions, any query, any confusion, any doubt on this teaching, learning, and resources? Dr. Abhilasha, would you like to say something? Is it okay? You would like to know something more on this point?
Sir, I have one question. When you are saying that there are permanent faculty and there are categories of the permanent faculty. So, as in our institution, most of the faculty are recruited on the contractual basis. So, do they count it as a permanent faculty?
This was the point we also had when we were applying to NIRF last year. So, because we also have contractual, like yours, we also have contractual faculty members. So we checked with NIRF, and what they said is same thing what I had said just now. Are these faculty members who are on contract, are they also working somewhere else? So we said no, they are not working somewhere else. They are full time here. Okay, they don't go morning. They come at 9, evening they are here till whatever is the office hours. They don't work somewhere else. Then they asked that do they teach in all semesters? Continuously, do they teach? Do they have teaching load? So we said yes, they do have teaching load. So if they said that yes, if it is there, then we can call them as regular, because if you fill the form of NIRF, there is nothing called permanent. What they are saying is regular and contractual. So when the way they understand contractual is that a person has contracts with many institutions. So they are moving around teaching of one course here, another course there, and so on. All
All
right.
right.
So we will have to take them as permanent and call them as regular when we are filling the NIRF form.
So does it impact the scoring? If they are
No, it
no.
no, it doesn't. It will be treated as permanent only.
Okay. But same thing is not applied in NAC and NBA. I don't know.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
NAC and NBA, they will not accept this
they will not
contractual.
accept.
They will expect permanent, yes.
Right.
But in NIRF, they are taking it as permanent.
Right. Thank you, sir.
So that is one leeway we have in NIRF,
Yes,
which
yes.
is not there in NAC itself.
NAC and NBA. Right.
Yeah, NAC, they will expect a permanent job. They
Okay.
don't, this temporary job, a 3-year contract, a 2-year contract, 5-year contract, this they don't accept, or this they don't value.
Hmm. And there is due weightage to the PhD is also the faculty
Yes,
members who
yes,
are
yes,
PhD.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
There is disproportionate weightage on PhD, and not only by saying that you should have PhD degree, but what they also say is that because they put weightage on research publication, citation score, and so on. So those things will be possible only if you have PhD teachers and PhD students.
Right.
Okay, so that is how indirectly they are nudging or forcing institutions to move towards research output. Okay,
Right.
because research output has almost 30-35% weightage. Uh, I mean, directly 30% weightage, indirectly it goes to almost 40% weightage, 40-45% weightage. So if you do not have significant research output, it becomes very difficult to score well in an IRF.
Right, sir. Thank you.
All right, okay. Anybody else who wants to know little more on this teaching, learning, and resources? See, this is the one. All right, okay. So let's move to the next. Second is research and professional practice. Now, as I said, that uh, research directly has 30% weightage, and I am talking of management. In different disciplines the weightage is different, and if you wish I will show you what is the weightage in different disciplines, but it has substantial weightage no matter what the discipline is. So research and professional practice means first is combined metric for publications, which means that how many publications your faculty members have had in last 3 years. This is the data that they will not take from you. They will not ask you. They will go to Scopus, they will go to UGC Care, they will go to Web of Science, and they will download articles which by authors or faculty members with your affiliation. So if I have published in Scopus some articles, it should say that my name and Army Institute of Management. So that is how they will download all the articles with the affiliation of your institution and they will send it to you that please check that whether what we have got, whether it is correct or not, have we missed out something, and so on. So if you think that you have something more which they have not got, you are free to tell them that no, we have a few more publications, please count them as well. So combined metric for publication means that number of articles and good quality articles which they take as Scopus and Web of Science. So number of articles per faculty, that is what they see over 3 years. Number of, then they also see number of citations. So second point, you see combined metric for quality of publication. So number of citations is also something that they will measure. And then the third point is IPR and patents. So whether your college has applied for IPR, patents, were they granted, are they published, and so on. So number of patents, etc. they will ask. And finally, they will ask is footprint of projects and professional practice. Now here, what it means is, like in management, it means management development programs. We are giving training to people from the industry, and so they don't ask how many programs you have. I mean, they do ask how many programs you have done, but what they will particularly look for is paid programs. So how much money your institution has earned through these management development program and executive development program and consultancy projects. So when you say projects and professional practice, it means MDPs, executive development programs, and consultancy revenues from consultancy. So what they would ask from you is number of programs you have conducted in last 3 years, the amount that you have received as fees from these programs, and number of people who have attended these programs. So something like that is what they would collect as data for these parameters. Now, for example, you are doing this faculty development program. So it would be, I am not sure whether it is a paid program, but if it is a paid program, then it will be counted. If it is not a paid program, then it will not be counted. So this is something that you must keep in mind. If you are not charging in future, please do think of charging, even if it's a small amount, but it must be chargeable, because that is how they see it as value.
No, will it be valuable once it will be a paid event?
It will be more valued if it is a paid
Okay.
program.
Is it as per NIRF, sir, or it is a general some guidelines or something?
No, it is. It is even in NAAC and NBA, they will ask you what is the amount you have earned by conducting these programs.
Okay.
Okay, so you will have to show, you will have to say that, okay, I have got 1 lakh rupee, 50,000 rupee, 5 lakh rupee, and you will have to maybe submit the invoice or voucher or things like that, so that they are sure that yes, you have actually got some money by conducting these programs.
Okay.
All right. So only when we show that we have earned some revenue through these programs, then it is taken seriously. Otherwise, it is not valued so much
Right, sir. Thank you for this suggestion. Actually, we have not kept this program uh,
as a
on
chargeable
as a
program.
charge. Right. Right. Thank you.
Yeah, but I think in future, I mean, even if you keep it as nominal, say 100 rupees or not 1 rupee, but 100 rupees or something which is, I mean, respectable. Okay, I mean, I will show you. See, if you look at, say, IIM Ahmedabad, all right, their revenue is in terms of crores under this research and professional practice. And what they do is, whatever is the total amount, they divide it by number of actual faculty. So what they want is NIRF, particularly since we are talking of NIRF, they want faculty members to earn through research and professional practice. So per faculty, what is the amount that the institution has earned through MDP, EDP, FDP, and consultancy? All right. Is that okay? Yeah. So this is the second parameter that NIRF looks at. Then third parameter is graduation. Okay, you want to know about IPR? Now see, intellectual property. All right. Now see. Now, intellectual property in different streams or disciplines will be different. Okay, so suppose you are an engineering college. So you can do product patents, you can have some new theory. A new theory, of course, you can have everywhere. But anything that you have created of value, okay, which is an intellectual property. I mean, it's simple English, intellectual property rights. So suppose I have written a case study and case studies copyright I have, so I can mention that I have an intellectual property right over this case study. All right. Or I have written, I have created, say, Dr. Aishwarya was reading out my introduction, and she was saying that I have created a theory uh, on a subject object split, how it is done in product development. So I have a theory which is an advancement on Kotler's product levels, 5 product levels. All right, so that is my IPR. That whenever it is mentioned, it will go with my name. Like when we say 5 product levels of Kotler, we always say Kotler. So that is the kind of thing. So like my PhD is measurement of brand personality of media brands. So whenever anybody uses my theory, he will have to say that this person has created this theory. So that is IPR, and that is, I mean, that is at the highest level of knowledge contribution that a faculty member can make. So that is what is valued by NIRF. That as a faculty member, as an academician, we will be doing we'll be adding greater value to our field by creating new knowledge in terms of theory, in terms of patents, in terms of IPR, and so on. So our job is not just teaching and teaching well, of course, which is there, but we also have to think of other ways of contribution to knowledge creation and dissemination. So that is why IPR and patents are important. And of course, projects and professional practice, so that we contribute to overall development of people who are associated in our fields. For example, we are in management, we are management teachers. So who practices management? Managers practice management, managers in companies. So as teachers of management, we should contribute towards the development of managers working in corporate sector. We must contribute to development of organizations so that they benefit from our knowledge, from our understanding, and overall corporations grow faster, better, more enlightened, and so on. All right. So that is why this is a vision that NIRF has for faculty members' contribution. So that is what it. Yes, absolutely. Poonam, you are right. Development of MOOC programs. Now, see, when, for example, when we say research and professional practice, so if the college has earned revenues by because its faculty members have created MOOC programs, so that can be taken as that, because it is something like FDP. Um, but you know, NIRF is not uh, mentioning that a lot. I mean, I have not seen it mentioned at many places about creation of MOOC programs, but it is there very clearly in NAAC, and I think it is also there in NBA. So NIRF, I have not seen too much, but I am sure it can be rooted through the contribution. Like for example, my program on brand management is available on NPTEL Swayam. All right, so that goes into adding value for NIRF and NAAC and NBA. So I think it is of great value, but NIRF explicitly, I have not seen it mentioned anywhere. All right. So next is graduation outcomes. Thank you, Poonam. So metric for university examination. Now, this means how many students have taken admission and how many students have actually passed. Now, nowadays it is not such a big deal because everybody passes and everybody gets first class, first division, distinction, and so on. But NIRF takes it very seriously as to how many students have taken admission and how many have actually passed. Yeah, if you see the second point, metric for number of PhD students graduated, this has uh, enormously high value. Okay, because I remember in 2017, I was filling this, and at that time in my college, there were 21 PhD students who were studying, doing their doctoral studies, and two students graduated that year. They received their doctoral degree. And I remember just because of that, or one prime reason was that because of that, my institution jumped at least uh, 10 to 15 rank. So it was earlier around 65, 70, but it actually got the rank of 50, 51 in the country, mainly because of the PhD students, number of PhD students doing PhD and two of them graduating. So this is graduation outcome, particularly PhD students, that is of great value. Second thing is of value is, and this is where placement comes in. Graduation outcome measures placements. So what they will ask you is, have you managed to place all your students? And they will ask you for last 3 years data. So suppose we have 120 students, like we have 120 students every year, 120 students pass out. So last 3 years, 360 students, student wise, for every student, you will have to give the detail that this student got a job in this company, this was his salary, and this was his designation. And then you will have to upload the appointment letter or offer letter of that student. So this way you have to do for all 360 students. Now, if everybody is not placed, you can say everybody is against that student. You can write not placed, unplaced, or whatever. They also say how many students got admission in higher education institutions. So if students are doing masters, then how many of them are going for PhD? If it's an undergraduate college, then how many have got admission in postgraduate programs? So that is of equally high value. So they don't just say placement, they also say uh, admission for higher education. So that is also of great value. And when we say placements, they expect CTC figures. So what is the salary they are getting? And they expect us to tell them what is the median CTC. So they don't ask us to tell average CTC, they ask us to tell median CTC. All right, so this is on graduation outcome. Any questions here? Yes, please. Yes, Dr. Khan,
Good afternoon, sir.
please tell
Sir,
me.
my question is that sir, how useful is this NIRF ranking for independent colleges? Like you are discussing the criteria which are very much relevant for the universities, like researches, patents, and PhDs. So, how useful it is for the colleges, sir?
Let me just show you. See, NIRF has many categories of ranking. I will just show you. Maybe this is a good time since you have asked this question. Uh, you can see this. All right. Now, we are in parameters, we are in ranking document. One second. Just look at rankings. Okay, 2024 rankings. Now you see, these are the institutions that NIRF is ranking. Okay, so one is overall university. Can you see, Dr. Khan? Can you see
Yes,
this?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so NIRF is ranking top 100 universities or top 200 universities, top research institutions, top engineering institutions, management institutions, pharmacy colleges, medical colleges, dental, law, architecture, agriculture, and allied sectors, institutions which are good at innovation, and then some more open universities, skill universities, state public universities. Okay, so these are various categories, but you must not uh, forget there is a ranking of colleges also. All right, so if you see the methodology adopted for ranking of these colleges, the portion on research will be much less. I will show you as we go forward. You will see that there the focus will be more on teaching, more on graduation outcome, less on research, and so on. All right. So if you want me to click here, you see the first number one college in India is Hindu College. Then it is Miranda House. Then Saint Stephen's. Then Ramkish Mission in Calcutta. Then Atma Ram College, Delhi. Then Saint Xavier's, Calcutta, and so on. All right.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you
Thank you
seeing
so
it?
much, sir.
Are you
Yes, sir.
getting it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we don't need to worry too much uh, because they have this in mind, and they will, yeah, and they make changes in the methodology accordingly. Okay, I mean, see, 2015, so almost 10 years they have been doing this, and I have been working on this for last at least 8 9 years. So I have seen this system evolve. Okay, how they are taking feedback from stakeholders and how they are making changes in the system so that it becomes more realistic and robust. So I don't think we need to worry about that too much. All right. Okay, Dr. Khan.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Okay. So now let's, in fact, you can, whenever you find time and when you are interested, just go through this website. It's a beautiful website. Okay. So now let's go back to parameters. So graduation outcome I have done. Then there is something called outreach and inclusivity. Now here, what they measure is the diversity of students that you have in your college. So do you have students only from your own state, or do you have students from other states in the country? Sometimes countries also. So, so you will see there is a column number of students from home state, number of students from other states. All right. So you have to capture this data and mention this data in your form. Then second is percentage of women diversity. Now here you don't know, you have to say number of women students, okay, studying in your college. But I must also tell you that they don't just look at women students, they also look at women faculty. All right, and this will sound very good, especially you are from education field, institutes of education, and we do have large number of women in education field. But this is true not only for one industry, but I mean not one kind of colleges, but all colleges. So what they say is that you should, an ideal ratio that they are giving is you must have 50% students. If you have 50% women students, you get maximum marks. And among faculty members, and more than faculty members, HODs, principals, deans, that they expect as 20%. So 20% of these positions should be filled by women. And this is the ideal ratio as of now that they have specified. All right. So it makes sense to have more and more women in these decision making positions, because it is valued by NIRF systematically. Okay, then economically and socially challenged students. Here, this is simple. They will ask your SC/ST numbers, that how many students from SC/ST, OBC background. So that number they will ask from you, and they will also ask how many students are receiving tuition fee waiver. So are you giving 100% tuition fee waiver or 50% tuition fee waiver? But they value only 100% tuition fee waiver. So if you say, oh, I have given them 10% discount or 20% discount, all that I don't think will help much. If you are giving 100% tuition fee waiver, it is taken as significant. Okay. Then facilities for physically challenged students. So do you have ramps? Do you have washrooms which are for physically challenged students and staff? So that is also given importance. And then finally, perception ranking. Perception ranking. Uh, there is a separate section itself called peer perception, and here what they do is academic peers and employers. So what they will do is, see, since they have already collected names of companies where your students are placed, names of institutions where your students are placed, so what they will do is they will directly write to the manager or higher officials of those companies, and they will send them a questionnaire, and they will ask them to rate students of your institution. How are they doing and what is their quality and so on. So that is one thing they do. And second thing they do is they also write to academic peers, which means, say, you are all faculty members of education colleges. So some of you, especially the senior ones who have 20-30 years of experience in this field, so they will receive emails from NIRF asking them to rank your institution. What do they think about your institution? What are its strengths? What are its weaknesses? And so on. So that is how they collect data on peer perception, both from academic peers and from employers. So these are the five. One second. So these are the five parameters across which NIRF collects data and uses that data um, to arrive at ranking of your college. So this is the basic structure of NIRF, and these are the five parameters, and this is the basic explanation of these five parameters. I must also show you something. So once you have filled in all this data, and then yeah, sorry, we got disconnected. So after you have filled the form for NIRF, then what you will do is you will get a document which is a summary of all the data that you have filled. It will come to you as a PDF. You can click and you can download that PDF. After that, what you are expected to do is, I'll just show you, go to your website, your own college website, and you have to upload that data, okay, for public consumption. So I will just show you my own website. All right, now you see this is the website of Army Institute of Management, and we have uploaded this data, and at the top, see, NIRF will tell us that you have to create a tab called NIRF. So you can see here we have created a tab called NIRF, and here if you click, that data should open. So this is the document which we have submitted to NIRF last year. This is NIRF 2024. You can see NIRF 2024. So this is the data we had submitted last year, and this is the copy of that. So all of you, when you apply to NIRF, this is the kind of data you will see for your institution. So all faculty members, and then all that I have told you, all that data is here, and it must be available on the public platform, which is your website. You will have to upload this. If you do not upload, you will get a um, one second. You will get a call from NIRF saying that your data is not uploaded. Please do it immediately, otherwise we will blacklist you. All right. So, so it is very important. And see, right now we have participated only in 24. So there is only NIRF, which you click, it downloads the data of 24. But this year again we will participate. So we will have to show it as NIRF 2024, NIRF 2025, and so on. So if you see old institutions which are participating for last 6, 7, 8 years, you will see the document for all the years uploaded on their website. One more point I must mention, that when you register for NIRF, you will have to give details of two people. One is head of the institution, so his name, designation, mobile number, mail ID, etc. And you have to identify one nodal officer. So nodal officer is the one who will get all the phone calls, and she will have to coordinate internally and submit all the data, uh, of course, in consultation with head of the institution and approval of head of the institution, etc. But that nodal officer's role is the most important, because it is he or she who executes this whole project of NIRF by collecting and sanitizing data and uploading it on NIRF. It is nodal officer. See, with NIRF, the problem is different from NAAC or NBA. NIRF is that, see, the submission of first round of data is easy. You can see what I have shown you. So it doesn't take too long. Maybe it takes about a week or so to get all the data and submit. But here it begins maybe a month after the submission of data. Then they will call you, they will keep calling you, and they will ask, can you give more data, more proofs, scan copy of vouchers, scan copy of appointment letters, scan copy of maybe some pictures. They may even ask proof of the qualification of some faculty members. So these are the things that they will ask you. They will ask the nodal officer, and you will have to send documents in support of what you have you have filled as a part of NIRF form. So roughly this is what NIRF is. I can one second. I can show you one more thing which is of interest, and that is, one second. Yeah. Yes. Are you able to see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, see, we did this exercise in our institution, and that is we did we filled the form, and we are not in top 100 among B schools. NIRF is giving rank to top 100 institutions. Okay, not beyond 100. After 100, it is saying it has given a list of 500 institutions which have participated in NIRF. All right, but ranking they have given only to top 100 institutions. So what we did was, we collected data for the first ranked institution, that is ranked 1, an institution that is ranked 100 and compare that data with the score that we have got. And then we thought, let us see, that will give us an idea as to where we are. So AIMK is Army Institute of Management, Kolkata. And you can see this is there are 5 parameters, as I have told you. The first parameter is teaching, learning and resources, and it has these 4 components. So as I said, student strength, including doctoral students, maximum marks is 20. IIM Ahmedabad, which is ranked number 1, they have got a score of 18.92. And NIT Warangal, which is ranked at 100, they have got a score of 2.94. As AIMK, we don't know the score because we have not got ranks. We only know the total score. So total score I have given here. So similarly, you can see faculty student ratio with emphasis on permanent faculty. So IIM Ahmedabad has got full marks. NIT Warangal has also got full marks. That is understandable because both are government institutions. Then you see combined metric for faculty with PhD and faculty qualification and experience. So here, in fact, NIT Warangal has better score than IIM Ahmedabad. And this is possible because NIT Warangal is also an engineering college. So it is quite likely that they will attract faculty members who have higher research background, engineering, more patents, more IPR. And that is why, because in management, it is not so easy to get IPR and all that. So it is quite possible that NIT Warangal has a higher score under faculty quality. And finally, financial resources and their utilization. So you can see IIM Ahmedabad has higher financial resources and they have spent more. NIT Warangal. So total score, you can see that IIM Ahmedabad under teaching, learning and resources, they have a score of 9 is this much, and you see where we are. All right, so let us go to the next one, research and professional practice. So this is where MDP, FDP, consultancy, and the money earned from all that, and then quality of publications, quantity of publications, etc. So you can see the scores. So IIM Ahmedabad has a score of 63, 60, almost 64. NIT Warangal 28 and Army Institute. So Dr. Abhilasha, you can see that why our score is so low.
Now understanding also, sir.
Okay, so see, when we say contractual faculty, okay, see, this is where it shows. So if we are on contract and every 2-3 years, if people keep changing, then how will we have publications and citations? Because every publication takes a long time. One quality publication takes 1 to 2 years, and by the time the article gets published, your contract is over. So it becomes very difficult. I mean, each one of these, see, whether it is quantity of publication or quality of publication or consultancy projects or MDP, these are long gestation periods, and that is why you need faculty members who are there with you for 5 years, 10 years, if not long. So that is where
It directly affects the motivation of the faculty, no? That also gets affected.
yes, absolutely, you're right. I mean, we cannot say too much here, but okay, then next is graduation outcomes. Now, graduation outcome, you can see metric for university examination, median salary. So see, our institute has very good placement. So everybody gets placed and they get good salary. So you can see that our score here on graduation outcome is very good. I mean, it is better than 100th rank institution. All right. But here where we lose out is student going for higher studies. All right. So in our institute, we had like I have recently filled NIRF data for last 2 years, and I must say that we don't have even one student who has gone for higher studies straight from college. All right. So that is an area of improvement for our institution, and that plays a role as we go forward. So this is on graduation outcome. Then outreach and inclusivity. See, especially us, we are from the army background. Our students are from the army background. So students come from all over the country, and therefore this parameter number A, percentage of students from other states, here we get good marks. All right. So generally, every batch will have a large number of students from other states. So here, IIM Ahmedabad is getting 28, NIT Warangal is getting 7. I am sure we will also get around 25, 30. Ours will be a good score. Percentage of women diversity will also be good for us because of women and army and so on. So number of women in a number of women students among students, but number of women faculty in decision making positions, that we will have to see. Then economically and socially challenged students here, uh, see again, it's about SC/ST, it's about OBC, it's about people who are economically challenged. So that is what they measure. Here you can see that both IIM Ahmedabad and NIT Warangal both are scoring very low on this parameter. And then facilities for physically challenged students. So both of them have done well, and I think we will also get 20 if we. So our score is also fairly good. It is 62 as is expected. And then perception, Dr. Abhilasha, again, you will see here that why we are losing out. Peer perception, because these surveys will go to HR managers in various companies, and it will go to academic peers. So other institutions, senior faculty members in other institutions in our field, they will be asked to rank our institution, what is our strength, weakness, and so on. So that is one reason why, that is one reason how NIRF collects data on peer perception. So this is one exercise we had done recently to understand that how can, I mean, what are the areas of improvement and what we must do to improve NIRF ranking. So let me stop here and let me go back to you and see. I hope I have been able to make NIRF slightly clearer as to what it is and what we should do and so on. I'll be happy to address questions, issues, um, uh, any concerns, and if you want me to do anything more, I'll be happy to. Maybe if you want me to take you through the exact weightages, etc., we can do that also, but it may be little too technical right now.
So, sir, now when you have compared the data of these two, the top one and the last one, and with AIMK, now what are your future plans? Especially, I'm more interested into knowing that how will you work on the alumni and the employers? The last criteria, the perception, because the other things are somewhere in our hand, within the institution we can do that, but this alumni connection and the employer's perception, this is something that we cannot, maybe it's not in our control. So in general, I'm asking that how should an institution go about it?
See, in my view, see, road is not easy, not at all easy. Because see, this questionnaire goes to both academic peers and it goes to employers. All right, now uh, let us address employers first. Now employers means that uh, the HR managers or the company executives who have recruited our students. Now, placements happen for many reasons. They don't happen only for quality. I mean, students are good, so they have got good placement. This is not always the case. I mean, say somebody knows someone, so that is one reason how placements happen. Or companies are looking for students in certain geographical regions where nobody else wants to go, but our students want to go. So that is also one reason why placements happen. Then generally our students, particularly I'm talking of our students, they are very well groomed. They present themselves well, they dress well, they so because of that also placements happen. I mean, it is not just because of their knowledge and skills and so on. So but I think it's not something that can be done over 1 year. It takes 3 to 5 years, because overall quality of students and their performance in the company or wherever they go, it needs to improve, so that the employers give better marks. So that is why here I think the prestige of the institution matters a lot, and that prestige obviously is so even if students are, for example, IIM, so if the students go from IIMs and in the company, if they find that the student is not so great, still they will give reasonably better marks, because they think that, oh, the student is from IIM, so he must be okay only. He may not be as bad. I am not able to assess him properly. So I think the solution is building the prestige, building the brand of the institution. So that is as far as employer is concerned. Academic peer, it is, I think, even tougher, because they don't go so much by the brand. They have the ability to see through the appearances and see through the charades, because they have been in the system for a long while. I mean, older faculty members, they may even know the inside stories of various institutions. What are the issues plaguing those institutions? Why are they improving? Why are they not improving? So there it is very difficult. So there we need to make structural changes. We need to have uh, uh, what do I say, academic processes which are robust, which are benchmarked against the best in. I mean, there people will know that you have contractual faculty members, and moment you say contractual faculty members, then automatically they will not give a very high marks. All right. Then research output. I mean, it's all connected. If you have contractual faculty members, how will you have quality research output? If you don't have quality research output, automatically on 30-40% of your score, you get zero or almost zero. So then there is no way you can get a decent score in NIRF. So these things become, I mean, these are long gestation projects.
Right, sir. Thank you for your insightful session, sir. If there are more questions, then forum is open. Over to you, Nikita.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Dr. Kumar, sir, for your comprehensive and thought provoking session. Your insights into the nuances of NIRF ranking and performance metrics were truly enlightening and will undoubtedly guide us in our endeavors to enhance institutional performance. Thank you for addressing the queries so comprehensively. I'm sure the participants found this session even more enriching with this interactive discussion. Now, I would like to gently remind all participants to ensure that they mark their attendance as well as provide their valuable feedback on today's session through the link provided in the comment section.
I have given my
Common.
number, my mobile number and my name. So in case anybody wants to discuss further in greater detail of NIRF, you are most welcome. You can reach out to me over WhatsApp, phone, mail, whatever else. I'll be happy to be of any assistance.
Thank you so much, sir, for this great opportunity. Now, to formally conclude today's session, it is my privilege to invite Assistant Professor Neha Kumari ma'am, member of Galgotias University, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Nikita sir, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much, sir. You have discussed so many things about NIRF. Thank you so much. I, Neha Kumari, Assistant Professor at Galgotia University, on behalf of entire FDP team, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for your enlightening and insightful uh, presentation on NIRF ranking and performance metrics. Thank you so much, sir, for your expertise and in depth knowledge about the NIRF. Uh, framework and have been truly enriching our faculty members. Uh, now we would like to honor for our esteemed guest with a digital memento as a token of respect and love. So, Abhishek sir, please accept this. Kindly share. It's not showing, I think. Abhishek sir, please accept this digital memento.
Thank you very much. It is my honor, and I thank Dr. Abhilasha to invite me. You know, while I was preparing for this session, I myself became clearer on so many more things. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir. We appreciate your time and effort, sir, that you took to prepare and deliver this valuable information with us. Thank you so much. And we look forward you for such an interactive session in the future also. Thank you so much.
Surely, surely. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you, Dr. Abhilasha.
Over,
Thank you, sir. It was really an honor, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
over to you, Nikita.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. Now, may I kindly request all participants to turn on their cameras for a group photo to commemorate this FDP session. Thank you, everyone. As we conclude, I would like to gently remind again all the participants to ensure that they mark their attendance as well as provide their valuable feedback by entering the details in the designated comment section. This step is essential for successful preceding your certification. On another note, it is a great pleasure that I announce an upcoming event of significant importance at the Army Institute of Education. On the 21st of February 2025, AIE will host an international conference with the theme Empowering Global Citizens, E-Governance and Education as Catalyst for Social Transformation. This prestigious conference will delve into the critical role of education and e-governance in cultivating responsible, globally conscious citizens who can drive impactful social transformation. We look forward to seeing you all tomorrow again for the valedictory session with guest of honor Dr. Pratibha Garg, ma'am, Additional Director Academics, Western Command, AWES SEM, and Chief Guest Dr. Renu Luthra, ma'am, Advisor to Chancellor and former Vice Chancellor of Galgotias University. Furthermore, the speaker for tomorrow's session is the esteemed Dr. J.D. Singh Sir, Associate Professor, Gramothan Vidyapith PG College of Education, Rajasthan. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening ahead.